Ramsey the Great.
Welcome back. Now listen, you should always pick against Mayra Bueno Silva. No matter who she fights. No matter who she fights. I made this decision before this fight that going forward, I will never pick Mayra Bueno Silva. She has several problems that I see, from this seat. Several problems that I don't think she can overcome. And let's be clear, Jasmine is not a top tier fighter. She's not really on an elite level, in my opinion. I know she's in the UFC, but, we saw Jasmine just get wiped out by Natalia Silva. I mean, wiped out. Those types of fights are worse than a first round stoppage. If you dominate your opponent for 4 minutes, then stop them in the 5th minute of the first round, yes, you got dominated, but it would be worse if they dominated you for 3 full rounds, for 5 full rounds, and then stopped you. That's what happened to Jasmine against Natalia Silva. She got dominated everywhere in the fight, and she got dominated every second of the fight. That, performances like that suggest to me that you are at a certain level that certain other fighters are not. There's a speed gap. There's a fluidity gap. Jasmine really can't deal with super fast fighters. Fighters like Silva are next level, a level or 2 above Jasmine. So for Silva to come in here and get washed, just completely washed by Jasmine. I know she landed a few good shots, few good body shots, but those body shots were not set up. Mayra Bueno Silva's hands are still garbage. I'm sorry. Her boxing is garbino. Ain't no jab. She's not really pumping no strikes. Her volume is super low. She fights like a mummy, a zombie. She walks forward with her hands down and her chin out in front of her. When a fighter throws punches at her, she does exactly what you see her doing here. Eats the shots and just holds her hands up. She hardly even blocks. She doesn't even try to block most of the shots that her opponents throw. She looks and behaves like she expects to get hit, like she plans on taking their shots. And when they throw shots, all she do is hold her hands up like a zombie. Because the only thing she's doing, walking forward, is looking for a stupid tie clinch. She ain't bringing no heat. She ain't walking forward with no arsenal, with no serious offense at all. She walking forward, trying her best to grab the back of your head so that she can what? Drive some knees into your midsection. Is that the only offense you got? This was a disappointing performance from Silva. That was disappointing. She almost looks washed. Now, I want to emphasize how horrible she looked, because she actually does have mental problems. And I think it affects her performance. According to her, she has mental health issues. She has mental health issues. And I believe her. I can tell. It looks like it. She behaves like she has mental health issues. I don't think she has the mind, the mentality to be a successful fighter. She might be tough. She might be strong. She can hit hard. But she lead with hooks. She lead with uppercuts. She'll eat about 10 shots, and then she'll just throw a haymaker or two. Big hooks to the body. She's not setting nothing up. She don't set nothing up. There's no jabs. When she throws her hands, it's just a big haymaker. A big hook, maybe two. But she ain't doing no real work. She's not setting nothing up. She's not staying busy. Her volume low. How you gonna have low volume while walking forward? Low volume while walking forward. And the offense provided by Jasmine was better than Silva's. She was busier. She was busier than Silva. But aside from being busier, Jasmine's offense, to me, was not that formidable. It wasn't. Jasmine is slow. She don't have that much power. Jasmine's not all that offensively. But she looked all that against Silva, because Silva fight like a mummy. Walk forward, walk, get hit, keep walking. It would be different if Silva was walking forward and blocked 90% of the shots that you throw. If she was efficient with her defense, if she was like a defensive wizard. It's like, wow, this girl, she don't do much. But she walks forward and her opponents have a hard time hitting her because she has superb defense. You can't even say that about her. Silva's walking forward, just getting hit, getting hit, getting hit, getting hit, getting hit. Okay, it's a fight. You get hit. That's expected. But at least try to block them. At least try to avoid being hit. I mean, Lord, you just got hit 6, 7 consecutive times, and you still not trying to block no shots. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? You still ain't putting your hands up. Just walking forward, huh? Getting hit over and over, over and over. In your body and your head. Just getting hit over and over. Still not trying. That stands out to me more than anything else about Silva. I don't even give her credit for them haymakers that she throw from time to time. You walking forward with your hands down, eating shots, not trying to move, not trying to block them, not trying to nothing. You ain't even walking forward. It would be different if she was walking forward with a lot of offense and poor defense. You understand? That would be a lot different too. Yes, she's walking forward, but she's putting out a lot of volume. Yes, her defense is poor, but she's putting out a lot of volume. Remember, offense is defense. Offense is defense. And this is not the first time Silva's been outworked. Raquel, several fighters defeated Silva on volume alone. Because Silva is not a counter striker. That it would be different if she was a counter striker. Walking forward with your hands down, not throwing many shots, but yet most of your shots are counter strikes. She don't even do that. Just walk forward like a mummy, getting hit. Reach out her hand, and she'll still be getting hit while she's reaching out her hand, trying to grab the back of your head, trying to put you in a stupid tie clinch. The only thing that goes through her mind when she fights is a tie clinch. Tie clinch, my tie clinch. Grab her head while you eating shot after shot after shot after shot. Losing round after round after round. Boy, it is frustrating watching her work. I tried to get into Jasmine, but, Jasmine has good fundamentals. She throws the leg kicks, the punches. She'll move. She'll go for takedowns. And Silva in her takedown defense, again, disappointing. Flat-footed, mummy, plotter, walking forward, low volume, no defense. And every time somebody shoot in on you, it's a successful takedown. You ain't even got good takedown defense. And once she get on the ground, she ain't doing much of nothing. Every now and then go for a little arm bar, but she ain't pretty much ain't doing nothing on the ground either. If she can't get you in an arm bar, she pretty much ain't gonna do nothing on the ground. She seems washed, like she's been hit too much. Fighting longevity, it's not for everybody. Some fighters, they go through 2 or 3 wars and all the fight has been beaten out of them. And they look like a shell of their former selves. That's what Silva's looking like. That's what Israel's looking like. Several fighters go through this. And Jasmine gets by on fundamentals. Like I was saying, she'll throw punches, but she's not the best boxer. She'll throw kicks, but she don't throw the best kicks. She'll shoot in for takedowns, but she doesn't do that the best either. And honestly, Jasmine is not the best on the ground. She was really getting bested by Natalia Silva. But she's more well-rounded, far more well-rounded than Silva. Because like I said, all Jasmine need to be presented with is above average speed, and she going to have all kinds of problems. Not meaning to, urinate on Jasmine's victory. Kudos to her. If I'm not mistaken, she is currently ranked about like number 12, something like that. Let's take a look. And she just fought a fighter who is not ranked. Silva is not ranked. Silva just now came back to the flyweight division. But I think, without question, after this fight, Jasmine should be moved up 2 spots above Eyelash Cortez. Okay? Move her above Cortez and Amanda Ribas. I think Jasmine should be in the top 10 at this point. And, I don't know. If I don't have too much confidence in Jasmine being a title contender. I'm gonna go ahead and touch on that. I don't see her. Again, once she reaches the level of Natalia Silva again, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Now, like I said, I think she should be ranked currently at number 10. That would place her right beneath Araujo. I'd like to see what she would do or what she could do against a fighter like Catlin, Viviani, or Andrade. I don't think she'll get matched up against a fighter much higher than that. But we'll see. And, Jasmine, we'll see if she'll be in the top 5 eventually. I don't see that happening, but I could be wrong. Now, that was the only female fight on this card. And, of course, next weekend we are about to see a long-awaited scrap. Long-awaited scrap. It's crazy how it will take sometimes a year, 2, 3 years before people see a fight that they've been talking about, that they sort of fantasized about. Well, it's finally about to happen. And like I said, I'm taking Zhang Weili. I'm going to make a different video and breakdown on that fight. Well, I'm going to do another one. I did one already, but I took that down, sort of removed it. So I'll sort of reiterate what I talked about in that video and add some extra thoughts into the mix. But this was the first card in the UFC for 2025. And I just want to say to the ladies, look, fighting is mostly mental. It's mostly mental. And what we saw tonight from Silva was a mental failure. Even if she lost, go out swinging. At least throw shots. At least throw shots. You got poor defense, fine. Throw some punches. Throw more punches. Throw more kicks. You can't move your head, fine. Throw more. Stop just following your opponents around looking for a tie clinch. Develop other aspects of your offense. Women, y'all cannot afford to go in there with 1 or 2 weapons that you use, where you ain't throwing nothing but left hooks to the body. Silva, no. She was doing the same thing against several other fighters. She's not evolving at all. It might be time for her to leave whatever camp she's in or whatever, but she's been training that top team. I don't know if there's much else you can do. You got to do things other than hitting the mitts, which is all I see Silva doing. Hitting mitts, hitting the bag, throwing combinations. These fighters need real training and coaching, real training. They don't get that. It's not like boxers where they work on different techniques and actual executions of fights. Like when you want to implement or get your fighter to do different things, the best place to get them to do that is in sparring. You can't just put on the mitts. You got to get them used to doing these new things against actual human bodies. Get them used to doing these new things in the actual fight, to the point where once they get into the fight, they can't help but to do these new things because that's all they've been drilling on day after day after day. And you can tell Silva's not doing that. Many of these fighters are not doing that. So, my opinion, a lot of these fighters have just poor training, poor coaching. They're not applying, they're not picking up new habits, and they're failing to get rid of old bad habits. Especially with, why hasn't she trained on protecting herself better than she currently is? It's beyond me. Again, shout out and kudos to Jasmine. She works hard. She stays in really good shape, Jasmine. It's not her fault that she has poor speed, that she throws with poor speed. It's not her fault that she can't get out the way of much quicker fighters. If you don't have fast twitch muscle fibers, it's not your fault. And her work ethic and well-roundedness, at least compared to Silva's, got her through this fight, got her the win, and it might get her more wins in the future. Being well-rounded is so, so important. It is crucial in mixed martial arts. Yeah, and I'll end it there. Yeah, I agree. Shout out to everybody, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream.